You never asked for anything from your person, nor did you ever demand their time, attention, or devotion. What you gave was freely offered, a love that carried them through the highs and lows, the unpredictable seasons, and the cycles of change that life inevitably brings. You stood beside them without conditions, expectations, or ultimatums. Your love was not transactional, it was simply given, even when they could not recognize its value. For a long time, they overlooked the quiet strength of your devotion. It was only when you fell silent, when your voice no longer echoed in their world, or when you finally stepped away from the connection, that the depth of what you had given began to dawn on them. That silence, that absence, spoke louder than all the words you ever said. It forced them to pause and reflect, and now their mind often drifts back to the memories of what you both once shared. As they sit in that reflection, waves of regret rise within them. They replay the past, moment by moment, trying to understand how they could have been so blind. They are haunted by the realization that your love was steadfast, unwavering, and true, while their actions did not match the gift you were offering. Instead of meeting your love with openness, they were often dismissive. Instead of cherishing you, they allowed arrogance, selfishness, and pride to cloud their behavior. The thought of this weighs heavily on them now. They feel a deep sense of shame, almost as if they betrayed something sacred. They know you were the only one who loved them without condition, without demand, and yet they were the very source of your hurt, the reason behind your disappointment time and time again. And yet, despite the pain they caused, what stands out most to them now is your strength. They have seen you walk through cycles of heartbreak and healing, sometimes with them and sometimes alone, but always returning to yourself stronger than before. To them, you embody resilience. They marvel at how, despite everything, you have never allowed bitterness to define you. Instead, you rise each time with more clarity, more wisdom, and a deeper understanding of yourself and of love. This quiet, unwavering strength is something they cannot ignore. It has become a light in their life, guiding them in ways they never expected. What perhaps astonishes them most is the influence you hold over their growth. Whether or not you are aware of it, you have shaped their journey. Your patience, your strength, and your ability to love with such depth have inspired them to confront their own flaws. For so long, they lived in a world where others catered to their ego, where people followed their words without question, seeking approval or validation. They were surrounded by individuals who admired them but never challenged them, people who upheld their illusions instead of pushing them to grow. You, however, were different. You did not bow to their arrogance or get swept into their self-centered patterns. Instead, you stood firmly in your truth, loving them but refusing to compromise your authenticity. And that, more than anything, left a mark on them. It is only now, with time and distance, that they recognize just how unique your presence has been in their life. They have come to see you not simply as a lover or companion but as someone they admire deeply, almost like a mentor or a guiding star. You have become an unintentional teacher, someone whose strength and grace has illuminated paths they didn't know existed. They watch the way you carry yourself, the way you recover from hardship, and the way you continue to evolve, and they cannot help but be inspired. While they once thought they were the one with power in the connection, they now realize that it is you who has held the true influence all along. Your person sees you now as an idol, though not in the superficial sense. It is not about idolizing you as flawless or perfect, but rather admiring the way you embody imperfection with dignity, the way you face challenges without losing your essence, and the way you love so deeply even after being hurt. That kind of strength is rare. That kind of love is irreplaceable. And in your absence, they have discovered just how much you have contributed to their growth as an individual. They are slowly beginning to understand that your connection was never about control or dependence. It was about freedom, growth, and transformation. Through you, they are learning to become independent, to stand on their own without relying on others to feed their ego. They are beginning to see the value of humility, of authenticity, and of love that asks for nothing in return. You may not even realize the impact you have made, but for them, it has been profound. Your influence has reached into the very core of who they are, pushing them to confront their shadows and step into a better version of themselves. Now, as they look back, they feel both the sting of regret and the warmth of admiration. They regret not seeing the depth of your love when they had the chance, not appreciating you fully while you were by their side. But alongside that regret is a profound respect, a reverence even, for who you are and what you represent in their life. You have become more than a memory, more than a person from their past. You are a force that continues to shape them, an inspiration that lingers in their thoughts, guiding them toward becoming someone worthy of the kind of love you once gave so freely. So much is happening so quickly in my life that I can hardly keep track of it all. It feels as if the past few months have been nothing but waves of pain, one after the other, crashing over me before I've even had the chance to catch my breath. I keep asking myself how I'm supposed to deal with everything, and truthfully, I don't even know the answer anymore. One thing happens, then before I can process it, another thing comes along, and then another, and another. It's like a cycle that won't stop repeating, pulling me deeper into confusion. I don't even know whether I've been reacting to things impulsively or responding in ways that are healthy and intentional. Everything feels so overwhelming, so uncontrollable, and despite all my attempts to move forward, life seems determined to knock me back down. What hurts the most is realizing that in the middle of all this chaos, I've lost something that mattered more than anything else, you. I feel as though I left my happiness behind when I let you slip away. For so long, I was distracted, trying desperately to impress other people just to feel like I was good enough. I thought that if I could prove myself, at work, in friendships, in all the places where people's approval felt like currency, I would finally feel whole. But the truth is, I was wrong. All that striving and chasing left me empty, and now everything in my life seems to be breaking down because I wasn't focused on what was truly important. That's why I've started doubting even myself. I don't trust my own choices, and I don't trust others easily either. I keep circling back to this truth that feels so heavy on my chest, the love I had always been searching for, the love I longed for deep in my heart, was right there in front of me all along. It was you. And yet, I didn't see it. I didn't recognize the gift I had been given because I was too preoccupied with other things, my career, money, approval from others, things that now seem so shallow compared to the depth of what I had with you. I became obsessed with chasing stability in the wrong places, trying to build something on shaky ground when true stability was already present in the love you gave me. Now, a part of me longs for you to walk this journey with me. A part of me wants to reach out, to ask you to stay by my side even as I struggle to put the broken pieces of my life back together. But there's another part of me that hesitates, because I don't want to drag you into the storm I've created. I don't want you to wait endlessly while I wander too far, for too long, trying to find my way back. The thought of you suffering because of my mistakes is unbearable, and I don't want to see you carrying pain that was never yours to bear. Even though my heart aches for you, I know deep down that you deserve more than what I've given. You deserve stability, peace, and love that doesn't come with so much heaviness. You deserve to live your dreams fully and freely, without being weighed down by my chaos or wounded energy. You deserve care, tenderness, and devotion, not toxicity, insecurity, and distraction. And that truth hurts me because it means admitting that I failed to love you the way you should have been loved. Looking back, I see so clearly the mistakes I made. I see how often I chose the approval of others over the simple joy of being with you. I see how I buried myself in work, thinking that success and material gains would somehow validate me, when all along, the validation I craved was right there in your love. I thought if I achieved more, people would respect me, and I would respect myself. But now I see that none of that mattered as much as you did. I sacrificed what was real for what was temporary, and now I am left feeling hollow. And yet, despite all this regret, there's still hope flickering inside me. My heart and soul know that what I felt for you was real, and it hasn't disappeared. That love still lives in me, even if it's been buried under layers of mistakes and distractions. I want to believe that I can still become the kind of person who can love you the way you deserve to be loved. I want to believe that I can grow beyond my pain and my flaws, and that someday I'll be strong enough to offer you the stability and devotion you should have had all along. But until then, I have to face myself honestly. I have to rebuild from the inside out, not for approval, not for success, not even for recognition, but for the sake of becoming someone who can finally love without fear or distraction. Maybe that means giving you space. Maybe it means walking this journey alone for a while. Whatever it takes, I know I need to do it, because if I don't, I'll keep repeating the same mistakes. What I do know is this: you have been the light in all this darkness, even if I didn't realize it soon enough. And whether or not our paths come together again, I want you to carry with you the truth that you were never the problem. You were always the dream, the happiness I left behind when I was too blind to see clearly. My hope is that one day, I can give back to you the love, stability, and care you truly deserve, free from the toxicity and woundedness that has clouded my soul. I am constantly yearning for you, almost as if my entire being is magnetically pulled towards your presence. It feels as though every moment without you stretches endlessly, leaving me restless, unsettled, and incomplete. I know it sounds like obsession, and maybe it is, but it's born out of the love I feel for you, a love so consuming that I cannot quiet it even when I try. My heart beats with your memory, and my mind circles back to the moments we shared, again and again, as if reliving them will somehow fill the emptiness inside me. I crave the closeness we once had, the warmth of your presence, the comfort of your voice, the way my world seemed brighter just because you were in it. Why am I so addicted to you? The answer seems simple: because you awakened something inside me that no one else ever has, and without you, that part of me feels unbearably hollow. I want you to teach me again, to show me how to love, to remind me what it means to be vulnerable and open. When I was with you, I learned lessons that had nothing to do with words and everything to do with the unspoken language of connection. I miss that, all of it, from the simplest gestures to the deepest moments we shared. There is an ache in my chest that I cannot control, a heaviness that sits with me day and night. It feels like grief, though you are still here in the world, just no longer by my side. I cannot shake it, and the more I fight it, the stronger it becomes, reminding me of everything I lost when I lost you. Without you, I feel unwanted, as if something vital has been stripped away from me. I am angry with myself, too angry for the mistakes I made, for the moments I let my pride speak louder than my heart, for the times I pulled away when I should have pulled you closer. I messed things up with you, and the weight of that truth presses down on me every day. I replay the decisions I made and wonder endlessly how things might have been different if only I had chosen better, loved harder, or held on tighter. I talk about you often, sometimes more than I realize. My closest friends know your name well, because it spills from my lips whenever I speak of love, hope, or regret. They tell me how lucky I am that you came into my life at all, that some people never experience a love so powerful. And while I know they mean to comfort me, it only makes me miss you more, because I know they're right, you were, and still are, a rare blessing. I want you to know that, to me, you are the best thing that has ever happened in my life. No achievement, no possession, no fleeting joy could ever compare to what you gave me simply by being yourself. I dream of a future for us, one that I still promise in my heart even though circumstances have torn us apart. I imagine what it would be like to rebuild, to start fresh with lessons learned and hearts softened by time. I am sorry for breadcrumbing you, for giving you too little of myself when you deserved all of me. I regret those moments when I left you guessing about my intentions, when I let fear or uncertainty keep me from being fully present with you. I know now that love demands courage, and I am determined to find that courage if ever given the chance again. Even now, my eyes search for you everywhere I go. In crowded rooms, in passing faces, in fleeting moments of silence, I find myself looking for you, hoping that somehow you'll appear. It feels as though my soul is tuned to you, resonating with your presence even when you are far away. No matter the distance, I sense you, as if the world itself carries echoes of you to me. It is both beautiful and painful, this connection, beautiful because it reminds me of the depth of what we shared, painful because it reminds me how much I miss it. The truth is, I am still deeply in love with you. That love lingers in every corner of my heart, stubborn and unyielding. It colors the way I see the world, influences the way I move through each day, and whispers to me in quiet moments when no one else is listening. I cannot escape it, and perhaps I do not want to. For even in the longing, even in the ache, there is something precious, proof that what we had was real, meaningful, and unforgettable. If I could, I would hold you again and let you feel every ounce of what I carry inside me. I would tell you without hesitation how much you mean to me, how much you have shaped the person I am becoming, and how grateful I am that our paths ever crossed. I would promise you not just a future but a present, one filled with effort, honesty, and devotion. And I would hope, above all, that you could see the sincerity in my eyes and feel the truth in my embrace. Until then, I live with this yearning, this restless fire that refuses to be extinguished. It is both my burden and my gift, a constant reminder of you. And so, I carry you with me, in my words, in my memories, and in the deepest parts of my soul. Everywhere I go, I feel you, and everywhere I go, I hope that somehow, in some way, life will bring me back to you.